This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in a catch weight of 77 kilograms. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 5 losses. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 76.8 kilograms. Representing Strike Academy and Bulgarian top team and fighting out of Geneva, Switzerland, please welcome Kevin Ruart. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 2 losses. He stands 183 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 76.6 kilograms. Representing Fight Box and fighting out of Egypt, please welcome Omar El Dafrawy. Your referee is the Vanilla Gorilla, Aaron Wallace.
From Switzerland in black.
Never mind our electronic partner. There's electricity in the air for this fight. Both these fighters have dynamite in their hands, have jiu-jitsu ability, the definition of mixed martial arts fighters in the modern age. You can see Ruart just trying to prime that big right hand. Now he takes the back of Omar El Dafrawy.
It's a little show of power, Phil, dragging the opponent down to the ground.
Doing a good job now of just forcing Dafrawy to carry his weight.
Got a little bit of legitimate bullying in here right now, Phil.
You can see he's potentially going to get the back and go for the trip takedown. Instead choosing to land big knees.
Got a figure 4 in place.
Watch out for that figure 4 grip. May not necessarily use it for the submission, but to advance his own position, and he has the grip super tight. You can see with the hands right in front of us in a broadcast position. May even look to jump guard from here.
Brave Nation, Omar El Dafrawy has a number of options here. He can look for a submission, he can look for a takedown, he can look for a reversal.
Kevin Ruart smartly clenches his own hands, gets the takedown. Still needs to be wary of that figure 4 grip released by Dafrawy. Now big shots, potentially going to be rained down from Kevin Ruart. Up kick, it's in from Dafrawy, just trying to create space between himself and Kevin Ruart.
Ruart staying very cool on the outside of that open guard.
You can see the way he's standing, it's plated. He's hit first, creating as much distance as he can whilst keeping himself safe, but still able to come in.
When a shot comes up, he's going with it. He's flowing with a go here. He's not moving into the shots.
Needs to be wary of the triangle set up, diving in as Kevin Ruart with big strikes here.
Omar El Dafrawy on bottom here on defense, but has been throwing a lot of shots. Now he's looking for a submission offense.
Again, danger being that he'll have to commit both hands to it. Potential for a toe hold here from Kevin Ruart. 8 of his 9 finishes coming by way of, or 8 of his 9 wins rather, coming by way of finish 6 in the very first round. You saw the devastating power he has when he knocked out Ion Sordu, when he knocked out Ibrahim Mane inside the Brave cage. The brown belt, Ruart, inside the guard of the purple belt, Omar El Dafrawy.
Dafrawy throwing those legs up, looking potentially for a triangle. Maybe looking for an armbar. Kevin Ruart doing an excellent job. Tight, tight, tight pressure, postures back. lands a couple big shots, and then back in with that close pressure. Textbook ground and pound for the modern era of mixed martial arts.
Real solid positional work. And Dafrawy always dangerous, but look at the hips. Nice elbow from Kevin Ruart. Now in that half guard position, that anchor position, but Dafrawy trying to create the angle for himself, not resting on his laurels at all.
Looking for that leg again.
Trying to go for that crush.
Mouthpiece was out.
Aaron Wallace wasting no time. Take that mouthpiece, shove it back in your mouth and go ahead. Oh, nice shot. Potential for a guillotine here. Guillotine or a Darce potentially here for Kevin Ruart. He's got a tight grip of that neck. Using the strikes to soften up Dafrawy. Dafrawy does a great job to get back to his feet. 10 seconds left in the round. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very dominant round for Kevin Ruart, and the body language of Omar El Dafrawy is very telling. Hands on the head, big deep breaths in the lungs there.
Conditioning in the second round may tell all, Phil. Omar El Dafrawy certainly gassed because he's been on bottom, howsoever. Kevin Ruart was on top, expending a ton of energy. He's also, as you can see, very, very heavily muscled. I'm very curious to see how fresh these fighters are when they come out for round two.
Egyptian MMA superstar Mahmoud Sebi in the corner of Omar El Dafrawy. Fantastic head of hair, it has to be said. What will he be saying to Omar? What will he be telling him to change, to do differently going into the second round?
Stay off that fence. Don't let your opponent crowd you tight against that fence. Be the single piece of advice I'd give him right now. We see Omar El Dafrawy up, shaking his arms out a little bit. Chest not heaving, took a big breath of oxygen in. He's ready for round two. Kevin Ruart coming out aggressively.
Dafrawy throwing hands and feet, but again, that right hand is cocked and loaded for Kevin Ruart. Almost as if he's waiting for Dafrawy to step onto it, but Dafrawy with the takedown this time. Kevin Ruart uses the whizzer to work back up.
Beautiful stand up from Kevin D. The strength he's showing is very, very formidable, Phil. Had a little bit of leverage and a whole lot of strength there. Stood up like he was getting out of a chair watching television.
Ruart has competed at middleweight previously and carries that strength with him down to this catchweight bout of 77 kilos. Level
Hands
change.
together, you know what's coming.
Big takedown.
Little bit of a cheese grate down that cage, too.
Trying to sneak in the rear naked choke. He's not underneath the chin, but he's gone palm to palm. No hooks in, and one hook in. Sorry, Ruart needs to turn in towards El Dafrawy. And what a change in the tide. Pendulum swing change here at Brave CF 65. Dagestani handcuffed momentarily.
Big pressure on top from Omar El Dafrawy. Kevin Ruart looking for a way out. Turning away from that fence. Very smart when you're on bottom, Phil, to not completely concede the striking game. Over and again, we see fighters on bottom landing more shots than the fighter on top.
Doing a good job to turn in, but needs to be wary of that neck. Dafrawy could jump guard here. Can't quite see how deep, if he has the hands connected. Arm in guillotine, very difficult to finish against somebody as tough as Kevin Ruart, who now finds himself in the top position. Looks calm, looks safe in this position. Dafrawy holding on to it.
Dafrawy to finish.
Thumbs up from Kevin Ruart, he's safe.
Dafrawy wants to get on his right side just a little bit. He's beginning to lose it. He doesn't have ideal leverage anymore.
The question has to be asked, when does Dafrawy let go of the guillotine? Oh, heads out! You wonder how much that has taken out of the arms of Omar El Dafrawy. Nice work from Kevin Ruart now, landing big shots, trying to reclaim the round.
Kevin Ruart wants to get busier here. There he goes. May want to start by hitting the body rather than go straight to the head. The immediate headshots are getting largely deflected.
El Dafrawy trying to work an armbar here. Triangle attempt.
Triangle potential here, certainly. Got a crooked scissor on the neck.
And Ruart is out. May land some punishing shots here. North-south position. A couple of shots right down the middle, and everything Kevin Ruart throws is with bad intentions. Right down the pipe from the top position. Oh, these are big shots, Carrick.
Not seeing quite as much as I'd like to of intelligent defense here.
Kevin Ruart doing a good job of giving Omar El Dafrawy no space at all right now. I'd like to see a couple of elbows crash down from Kevin Ruart. Oh, now he has an arm trapped. How much do you think Omar put into that guillotine attempt, and how much do you think that is potentially taken out of his arms, Kieran?
On evidence, Phil, I do think that those forearms right now are full of blood. I think the hands can't fully close because that was a very, very long and extended guillotine choke attempt.
Big hammer fist being landed by Kevin Ruart. Like I say, the scope here for free him off elbows, but Dafrawy has proved that he is dangerous at all times. Could throw up a cheeky submission, but right now, hammer fist being landed. What a way to finish the round and steal the round back, potentially, for Kevin Ruart.
Again, Brave Combat Federation, Phil and I are pundits. We're talkers. We are not judges here.
Omar El Dafrawy needed assistance to get back to his corner there. He was on shaky legs. We don't know how much he has left in the tank, Carrick.
But for reasons Phil just detailed and for others, we do believe that Kevin Ruart is up now 2 rounds to 0.
Finished that round very, very strong and showed his experience by staying calm when he was in that guillotine.
If we're right, which is by no means guaranteed, Omar El Dafrawy needs to come out with a finish in this, the 3rd and final round.
Kevin Ruart, the first fighter up off the stool. And if body language tells us anything, it's that Ruart is ready to go and that Omar El Dafrawy is feeling the pace of this fight a little more. And if you see this, if you're Kevin Ruart, you go straight at him in a straight line with big hands.
Setting up that right, there you go.
Oh, big shots from Ruart. Forces the takedown attempt from Dafrawy, and there were some heavy shots landed, Carrick.
Kevin Ruart does not tend to disguise what he's going to try to do to you.
I'd love to see Kevin Ruart break here and again continue with the shots, but Dafrawy, for somebody who's potentially more fatigued than his opponent, is doing a great job of trying to get the takedown, but again, in the same breath, it is expelling a lot of energy trying to get the takedown.
If he can get it, he's going to get a much, much needed rest.
But he's eating some elbows here.
If he doesn't get the takedown, he's going to get a beating.
Kevin Ruart needs to break that grip of Omar Dafrawy. Hand on the wrist, push it down, break the grip. circle out and then continue with the onslaught of the hands. Right now he's landing nasty elbows. And again, even this is zapping for Omar. Trying to lace that leg, and Kevin Ruart, this could be the beginning of the end. I think
even more tiring, Phil, and that's what we're watching right here.
Hammer fist after hammer fist.
Ground and pounded is exhausting.
Aaron Wallace taking a long, hard look at it, shot after
short
shot
time,
from Kevin
Nation, short
Ruart.
time now.
Shot after shot after shot, unanswered. Dafrawy absorbing serious punishment.
Referee telling Omar El Dafrawy what he needs to see.
Credit to Aaron Wallace. He's giving Omar El Dafrawy every opportunity to stay in this fight. But he's eating big, big shots. And you can tell when a fighter's fatigued if both shoulders are against the mat, if they are flat backing, so to speak. Potential for elbows here for Ruart.
Conditioning playing a huge role in this fight, Phil. Imagine a runner, that's an endurance athlete. Imagine a power lifter, that's a strength athlete. In Kevin Ruart, we've got both.
Watch out for the triangle or the armbar here, but does Omar El Dafrawy have it left in the tank? He's trying to throw the legs up. Ruart still needs to be careful in these positions. But again, big shot after big shot from Kevin. If you're in Ruart's position right now, why not take a step back? Why not invite your fatigued opponent back to his feet?
He's dancing with a gal that brung him, Phil.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's had the greatest success ground and pounding his opponent. Sees little reason to change it right now. And the strikes coming up from bottom are getting measurably weaker. They're less frequent. They're landing with less impact. Very smart to attack the hip with that downward elbow. Can compromise walking later on. Should the fight return to standing.
Ruart happy to sit in that half guard anchor position, picking his shots, getting them through. Landing some nasty hammer fists now, sneaking those big shots through. Omar trying to get the knee shield in, but Kevin Ruart has not given Omar any space in this round to mount any kind of offense.
This is the power of relentless attack in mixed martial arts.
Relentless Ruart indeed, Kirk. Just finding the gaps, landing big shots, and Kirk, it gets at this stage when a round is so dominant, do you call it a 10-8 if it goes to the judges?
I would call this a 10-8 absolutely thus far. I'm not sure we're going to make it to the end of the round though, Phil.
Aaron Wallace taking a long, hard look. 10-second clapper left. Kevin Ruart finishing very, very strong. Big shots coming in.
Boom!
There you have it. Potentially, you could be looking at a 30-26 fight there, Kirik.
There's an old saying in mixed martial arts, Phil, never leave it in the hands of the judges, but after a fight like that, you can leave it in the hands of the judges. No question who won that bout, Kevin Ruart.
You can see just the level of fatigue here from Omar El Dafrawy. Still on the ground. He's going to need some kind of help from, potentially some kind of help from the medical professionals here.
Sole big question for me, Phil, in this one is it a 30-27 or was that a 30-26?
Derek, I'm going to go on a limb and say the level of dominance exhibited there by Kevin Ruart in the final round would warrant the awarding of a 10-8 round. But as you say, we are here in our capacity as commentators, as pundits, as analysts. Kevin Ruart doing a lap of the cage.
Big respect from cage side to Omar El Dafrawy from Egypt.
Yep.
Never gave up, faced an unrelenting onslaught, never gave up, kept trying to stand, kept trying to use his guard, kept trying to strike from bottom. Although, ultimately, this was not his night.
All credit being given by Kevin Ruart to his team, Strike Academy Geneva. Shout out to Carlo Musso and the guys at Strike Academy.
Man better run, gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna hunt you down. Yeah, I ain't
The big man Carlos Kramer, the 5-time Fight Book MMA Cage Announcer of the Year, the best in the business, is in the Brave Arena to give us the official decision.
All right, Brave Nation. After 3 amazing rounds, we go to judges' scorecards. Your first 2 judges scored about 30-27, and your last judge scores about 30-26 for a unanimous decision victory. Out of the blue corner, Kevin D.